All right, I'm looking for all my firstborns. All of my firstborns who spent the first, 22, 23 years of their life hearing shit like, you're so bossy, you're so selfish, being criticized for the way they said things, feeling like no matter what they did, it was never enough. It was never good enough. Was it was just never enough, right? And felt like you were held to this standard that was so high above everybody else who was, not the firstborn, that it was mind blowing. And then your best friend, who happened to live like two houses down, she was the thirdborn. So, like, whoo, two totally different worlds, right? So the first like 20 years, you had nothing but like these negative thoughts about yourself, and then you decided that you didn't want to be that person, so you went so hard in the other direction that you became like the master people pleaser. Like, everything you did was in an attempt to get validation, in an attempt to be liked, in an attempt for somebody to fucking recognize that you're not actually selfish, right? But that never really came. Never. No, because it's not going to. And everybody who called you selfish back when you were, 16, 17, 18, they still see you that same exact way. Their perception of you has never changed. Meanwhile, you're over here like absolutely killing yourself, right? And then what happens is one day your therapist says to you, you don't have to be nice. And you're like, well, yeah, but if I don't be nice, they won't like me. And she's like, and you're like, well, they won't like me. And she's like, okay. And I don't know. Isn't that being mean? Like, I don't want to be a bitch. And she's like, well, what about your boundaries? I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to have boundaries. I don't want to be a bitch. And then the universe says, because you're a really slow learner, I'm going to throw you into like some learning, and you're going to learn this so fucking hard, this crash course, it's going to like take over your entire life. And the next thing you know, you're going to be a people pleaser until you almost put yourself like in the hospital, until you almost have a complete and utter breakdown, before you realize that you can be a good person and not like someone. You can be a really good person and have really strong convictions. Yeah. You don't need to be a people pleaser. You need to be a self pleaser. That sounds dirty.